Are you thinking about buying a home in Naples? There are a ton of things that buyers ask me all the time. Like, how much will taxes be? What the hell is a CDD? And should I even be worried about the price per square foot? Well, today I'm answering the hottest questions I get and most common questions I get from buyers. And I promise, by the end of this video, you're going to feel like a Naples real estate expert. Should I be looking out for my job? Let's jump in. So you've got Naples and Southwest Florida real estate on your radar? You are in the right place. This is where we cruise through different communities, look at different homes, and talk about price points. Except for today, we're gonna talk about taxes, CDDs, and price per square foot. But usually we talk about price points, homes, and cruise through communities. I'm New Home Nick. My contact information is in the corner here. Feel free to shoot me a text, shoot me an email. I would love to field some of your questions. Whether you're moving in 9 days, 9 months, or heck, 9 years, I just wanna have a conversation with you and I wanna help. Let me be your guide. And please make sure you subscribe, comment, share, tap the bell for notifications. It helps my channel more than you can know. How much are real estate taxes in Naples? All right, first up, taxes, and this is a huge one. Florida is already a no state income tax state, but real estate taxes? That's where people get tripped up. You probably already know this, but if you're buying a primary home and homesteading it, you're already locking in your protections. Your taxable value can only go up by 3% per year. And I don't know how he's doing it, but Ron DeSantis keeps talking about wanting to get rid of that too, so we'll see how that goes in the future. But that's not why we're here. But if this is a second home or an investment property, no homestead for you, unfortunately. Taxes will be based on your full market value, and they can go up every year. What's the difference? On a $1 million home, a homesteaded property might pay $10,000 a year in real estate taxes. I like to say 1%. But on a non-homesteaded home, you could be looking at $15,000 or more. This is why so many buyers ask me how they can claim homestead as soon as they close. All right, Nick, what is a CDD and why am I paying for it? A CDD is a Community Development District fee. It's very sneaky. I don't love it. It's basically the bond that developers took out to build the infrastructure in a community. We're talking roads, sewers, amenities, and guess who has to pay it back over time? It's you. I don't have a whole lot of good things to say about a CDD, other than communities that are within a CDD usually have nice amenities and they've got a lot going on. Usually you can see the value in a CDD community when you're there. Think Lely Resort. That's a great one. But this is wrapped up in your property taxes. You're gonna see it as a line item in your property tax bill every year. And they vary, but for the most part, they're fairly inexpensive. Round number, think $1,200. They usually last about 20 to 30 years. And some communities have it and some communities don't. But if you want a newer home in a masterly planned community with resort style amenities, there's a good chance you're gonna pay a CDD fee. But sometimes the previous homeowner has already paid some of those CDDs ahead of time. And as a new buyer, you might reap the benefits of that. So make sure you ask your real estate agent about it, hopefully me. And don't be afraid to ask anyways and see what we can do. At the end of the day, you're likely gonna have a CDD line item fee on your tax bill. All right, Nick, what's the deal with HOA and community fees? This question is asked probably the most of all questions. There's a lot of variables here. When it comes to HOAs and fees, you have no HOA communities, think no rules, but also no perks either, really. Limited HOA communities, maybe a gated entrance, maybe some landscaping, but low fees. Resort style communities is where you start to go up. Think pools, resort style pools sometimes, gyms, tennis, pickleball. You're gonna be paying $500 plus a month for it, easily. But sometimes those communities with their $500 a month or more, you can get cable, Wi-Fi, landscaping in your home, so you're not gonna be mowing the lawn every week. There are some perks that kind of weigh out the checks and balances, as it were, if you were going into a resort style community. Golf communities is where you start paying the big bucks. There's a huge difference between bundled golf and optional golf. I like to explain it to my buyers like this. In bundled golf, your home is essentially the member of the golf course. So there's no buying in or out of it. You're in it, right? So whether you play golf or not, it's included and you're gonna pay for it. That being said, someone who's playing golf every day, that's a huge perk with a lot of reward there. Now, some of these golf communities have already taken some of these homes and set them aside as optional golf. So you have, maybe it's a public course, but it's in your community. You have the option, first come, to come and grab some some golf benefits there. And at the end of the day, for the most part, they're on the Chelsea system. You can Google that, or you can shoot me a text or shoot me an email asking me about it. And the only fees you're gonna really have there are your cart fees, unless you bring your own cart. A lot of people living in golf communities have their own golf cart. But at the end of the day, with optional golf, you're making the choice as to whether that's a feature in your community that you want to partake in. I always ask my buyers, do you want to pay for amenities that you're not going to partake in? If you don't, then we need to stay away from these communities. But it can be done. It can be done. I have a lot of clients who bring up price per square foot on homes. And I know that on Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, Realtor.com, you're seeing those numbers, right? So you're like, why is this home $327 a foot and this one's, $1,100 a foot? So let's talk about the importance of the price per square foot. It's kind of useless. Not important at all. And here's why. Two homes could have the same price per square foot, but one's a 20-year-old house, basic finishes, no updates, and the other one's a brand new home with high-end everything. Price per square foot does not tell you about the upgrades, the location, the lot size. There's a lot of contributing factors here. Are you lakefront? Do you have golf access? Do you have a stellar view? These things all contribute to the price per square foot. A waterfront home in Naples or a luxury home can easily run you, at the time of this recording, $1,200 per square foot, while a home a little bit more inland might be $350 per square foot. But does that mean the less expensive one is the better deal? Absolutely not. Always look at the value, not just the price per square foot. And like I said earlier, and the list is longer than I'm about to say, the value is in the upgrades, the age, the lot size, the view, the amenities. The value is gathered by a lot of things. So I have a lot of clients that come down here looking for a home in Naples, but as soon as they do, they're like, how does this compare to Bonita, Estero, Fort Myers? I'm gonna break this down for you Barney style, the best I can, but at the end of the day, kind of refer back to value a little bit. From Naples, we're gonna move a little bit further north in baby steps. So we've got Bonita Springs. Sorry about that. So we've got Bonita Springs. It's a little less expensive. It's a little bit more laid back, but you're still close to the beach. You got Barefoot Beach, somewhat Wiggins Pass, Lover's Key. It's a pretty easy access to Fort Myers Beach if you're willing to go that far north. A little further north, we've got Estero. Estero is growing very fast. So there's a lot more new construction. There's also lower prices than Naples, but the prices are rising. Some benefits to Estero are easy access to the beach still, just not the Naples beaches. Easy access to RSW, that's the Fort Myers Regional Airport. And you're kind of in the middle of Fort Myers and Naples. So if you're into that sort of differing lifestyles that are happening there, you could easily swing back and forth. Maybe you've got friends or family in both areas and you kind of just want to put yourself in the middle. You could do that in Estero. Moving a little further north, we've got Fort Myers. Fort Myers has an awesome downtown area. They have great beaches that are being revitalized and brought back to life. And boy, let me tell you, they're gonna be like new when they're up and running. But this is the most affordable option of the bunch. And Fort Myers still has really great communities. But if you want high-end living, high-end luxury living, and you don't mind paying for it, Naples, Florida is your answer. If you want value, however, and you still want to be within arm's reach of Naples, you might want to look at Bonita and Estero. But if you want the biggest bang for your buck, Fort Myers is probably where you're going to want to do your homework. And again, let me do your homework for you. Nick, what is a 1031 exchange and how do you use it? Well, if you're an investor, you're going to want to listen up. A 1031 exchange allows you to sell an investment property and reinvest that money into another property without paying capital gains taxes, at least immediately. Eventually, if it pleaseth the crown, you're going to pay taxes. Uncle Sam's always going to get theirs. But high level, here's the key. You have to identify your new property within 45 days. And then you have to close on that property within 180 days. That's a pretty loose timeline. And here's the biggest mistake people make. They think that this tax benefit applies to their primary residence. It does not. This is for investment properties. But if you do this right and you keep rolling your profits into bigger and badder properties without paying Uncle Sam, that's pretty sweet, right? Bonus tips session. And let's do this really quick because these are questions that buyers often ask me, but maybe they're a little less important than the ones that I just talked about. Hurricanes and insurance. Yes, you need insurance, especially if you're going to be carrying a mortgage. But no, not every home requires flood insurance. Flood insurance is dictated by FEMA, and you just need to ask before you buy. This is a great opportunity for you to text or email me and ask me what are some good areas that I should be looking into if I'm not interested in paying flood taxes. I could probably do a whole nother 10-minute video on flood taxes alone. New construction versus resale. In a nutshell, newer homes are going to give you better warranties, and newer construction, we all know that there's a value to someone not having had been in your home. But 9 times out of 10, resales are going to get you better locations, right? Because new construction takes place further and further out. When is the best time to buy? There are a lot of realtor answers to this question. A lot of my realtor buddies, they'll immediately say, now's the best time to buy, now's the best time to sell, right? And they have nothing to back that up. My answer is a little similar to that, but the best time to buy, in my opinion, is when the right house for you hits the market. But if you're looking for a quick tip, winter is our peak season here. So in summer, you might find the best deals. It's a good time for you to text me and say, hey, I'll be down in August. If this helped you in any way and I brought value to your life today, please smash that like button and subscribe. I break down Naples real estate like no one else. And if you have more questions, throw them in the comment section and I will reach out to you. I promise you that. I'm gonna put my contact information up here in the corner yet again. I would love for you to reach out to me. Maybe you just want a restaurant recommendation. And until next time, I'm New Home Nick.